Hey guys, it's Kelly Ann and welcome to another Flossy Friday. Today is January 17th, 2020. Told you, I'm trying to be better about that. So, had a little bit of a setback this week, so just week update. The congestion that I've had for 2 weeks took too long to leave, and it's turned into an upper respiratory infection. But it's fine. Already started the drugs. I have to take a cough syrup that I have to use with a syringe, which is weird, but it is what it is. Potter is doing really good. Honestly, I don't know where he is right now. I had to go take some boxes out to the recycle bin, and he hates boxes being like moved and things. I don't know why. And so he kind of ran off. So, I have several things to show you guys. I have 2 finishes, 1 whip, and a new start whip. And a little bit of haul, which coincides with the new start. So, let's talk about the stuff that I worked on this last week. Let's see. I'm drinking some peppermint white chocolate tea. It's called Candy Cane Crush from David's Tea. And this is a color changing mug from David's Tea. So that's about where I'm at with my drink. Anyways, I digress. Okay, let's just jump into it. I've already tried filming this 3 times, and this is probably the most energy I've had in all of them, so there's that. Alright, so the whip that I worked on this week was Sewing Cats by Soda Stitch. I am a little over halfway done now, so all that I've left is the big sewing machine with like 4 cats around it, I believe. So last week I finished this guy. This week I finished these 2 right here in the middle. And they have been finished since I first started this. This is on a 16, it's either 16, possibly 18 count Aida that I hand dyed myself in this like tie-dye wash type style. I will say that if you want to see a before and after of backstitch for this little guy or these guys, you can check out my Instagram, because I did for them hold out until I had the whole shelf done, so that way I could take a before and after backstitch. I don't remember if I did this row like that or not. Part of me wants to say that I worked on backstitch as I went, but I honestly cannot remember. Because it was just so long ago and I didn't go back and look it up. But if I was smart enough to do a swipe on Instagram for this shelf, you should go check that one out too, but you'll have to scroll back quite a bit. But anyways, yeah, that's where this is at. So I just have the really big sewing machine left at the bottom. I guess proportionally it's not that big, but I mean, it's like 45% of the project, so I mean relatively big. Part of me didn't want to put this away because I've just had, especially being sick this last week, I had so much fun working on this with all the bright colors and the fun funky fabric and that it's little kittens and all that kind of stuff, but I also didn't want to go stagnant and just work on that for right now. I like to change it. I like to change up my main project every like 1 to 2 weeks, if not more often. 1, to keep me entertained. I have ADD, so it's to keep me interested constantly in what I'm stitching, but also to not make these videos super boring. I mean, how boring would it be if the whole month was sewing cats? And that's my opinion, not what I think that y'all think, but that's how I feel about it. Oh, that's what I was avoiding, but it's bound to happen. Okay, so the next thing that I worked on, I either had just started it whenever I filmed last week, or I was about to start it whenever I filmed last week. But this is the Frosted Pumpkin Stitcheries with Love pattern. Now, I bought it last week whenever it first came out, and the money went to wires. And this last week, it went to, I want to say Victoria Fire and Rescue. But they're choosing, basically the pumpkins are choosing every single week in January, they're choosing a new charity to send the profits of this pattern. This pattern is $5. I did stitch this in the called for colors, and this is on a 14 count Aida by Fabrics by LJ in the color Wicked. Unfortunately, LJ does not dye fabrics anymore. I mean, they're gorgeous. He does not dye fabrics anymore, so really the only way that you'd be able to get your hands on them is if he still has any stock, but I know that he did like a closing sale a while ago. But if he still had any stock, I'm sure on his site that would be available. Or if somebody's destashing, that would probably be the only way that you would be able to get some Fabrics by LJ. But super, super cute. He stitched up in 3 days for me. Could have been 2, but some of the time while having the crud, I just haven't felt as much like stitching. So this is my 3rd finish of the year. I think he's absolutely adorable, and he's so cute. I'm gonna try and find like a circular frame for him. I've seen some really cool frames that people have finished these in, and so I want to find something super cute for this, and I'll probably take it up to work. So he's really cute. And there's so many charities right now for Australia in the stitching community and the knitting community. And I wish I knew all of them. I've seen pictures of several of them, but I can't remember all the names of the designers. I know that last week I showed this one by the Frosted Pumpkin, Fiddlesticks AU, and Sassy Jacks, which I still need to start and finish that one so I can post it for donation. And then Hands Across the Sea, I did purchase that, and with the currency rate to USD, it made it $13.60, and all the proceeds were going to 2 different charities, I believe 2 different fire brigades. And so I know that there's several more. I've seen a couple other koala stitches. I've seen a koala bookmark that you can stitch. I've seen a couple different things. I know that Hade came out with a koala, but I don't know all of them or all their prices. But there's so many ones to choose from to send a donation and help out Australia, and also have a really super cute koala or kangaroo to stitch. So just keep on checking Instagram for the other ones. Like I said, this week especially, with thinking I was getting better, and then it got really drastically bad in the last 24 hours. I'm just starting to feel like the meds are re-kicking in. But I haven't been on social media that much. Like, I've posted here and there, but I haven't been like staying on any socials. So I've seen a few, but like I said, I haven't really been checking any details this last week. I just felt like absolute train hit me. You know what I mean? You possibly do. I feel like so many people have said that they've been sick the last few weeks as well, like December and January, and that it took like 3 to 4 weeks for it to go away. Whatever this cold is this year, it is holding on for dear, dear life. And I'm not here for it. Technically I am, because I'm going through it to get rid of it, but I don't stand. You know what I mean? All right. Okay. So this is my 4th finish for the year. I'm so glad to have this finished. This is just on a piece of 16 count white Aida from Hobby Lobby. And this is a present for my cousin. I did the Ursula Michael Let's Drink Beer several years ago, and I decided to start the wine one for her, and I should have had this done the year that I started it, but I basically got the wine bottle done very, very quickly. And if you've been watching me for, I think I've been on YouTube since 2015 with stitching stuff. I've been on YouTube since 2006, but every time I've deleted all my old stuff because it was like vlogs and things like that, and just randomness from college. And none of that exists anymore, but I've been doing FlossTube videos since 2015. So I think I started this, is this a 2017 or 2018 start? I honestly don't remember, but I should have gotten this done. It didn't take me long to do the bottle. What honestly stopped me was this bunch of grapes down here, because for whatever reason, for me specifically, this pattern was so hard for me to read. There was a lot of half stitches, like quarter stitches and things like that, that the back stitch, like I couldn't always tell what the symbol was, and I think it was just me, honestly, but there are definitely some mistakes in this, but you can't overly tell. I mean, you might be able to if you're a stitcher, but my cousin won't be able to. I think she's going to absolutely love it. I love that it's done. I love the way that it came out finished. But there is definitely some mistakes, and I will chalk that up to I had a hard time reading the pattern. But I've seen many other people stitch this and they did not have a hard time. So again, it's totally a personal thing. But I do love this. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Would I consider stitching this again for somebody else who was a major wine lover? Maybe. But I would definitely need to get my eyes checked before starting the grapes again. But I did work on this. I only got to stitch 2 of my lunch breaks this week, because one of them I went to lunch with my boss, and one of them, I think I just like worked through lunch. There was just too much going on with the big project, and so I just didn't do anything, I think. Or did I have to go run errands? I don't remember. Regardless, I got to stitch on for 2 days during lunch this week, and I was so close to being done that I finished it last night. I came home and I finished it, even though it was a lunch stitch. I was like, too close to getting that done, not going to work tomorrow when I have it finished. So there's that. This is an Ursula Michael design, but I think now you can find her patterns under the name of Imagining. You can still obviously find them under her name, Ursula Michael, but I think now, instead of the charts saying Ursula Michael designs, I think they now say Imagining. I could be wrong, but like I think I have a newer one by her, and it says that, and it's like the same style of these older ones, and the older ones say Ursula Michael designs. So I could be wrong, but if you Google Ursula Michael designs, if you like these styles where they're words that describe the thing that you're making the picture of, just Google Ursula Michael cross stitch designs, and you'll find the website where you can buy them digitally. I don't know if you can buy them paper. I'm sure you can, but I've only ever bought the digital versions, so I'm not much help, I guess. But they have like, they have one that's like teacups, that all the words are like different types of tea. They have one that looks like a cappuccino, and it's like latte and cafe and all that kind of stuff. They have like cat and dog ones. They have vet ones. They have ones for different regions of the U.S. They have, where's the other ones? there's like a house, there's one for autism, there's one for Alzheimer's, there's one for like snowmen and like Halloween. There's so many different ones. There's Christmas ones. There's so many. And they're all so different. Like, they're so cute. Okay. All right, so before we talk about my new start, because I started it today while I was home from work, at the point if I was able to, because that's why I said I've tried filming this 3 times. I got up earlier this morning and came into the living room to try and film and also to stitch some, and within like 45 minutes I felt like I was gonna be physically sick, and so I had to go lay down to like put a stopper to that, because I don't do well with that at all. So if I can prevent it, I'm going to. And then I fell asleep for like 4 hours. So I've only been up actually for a couple of hours. I guess like 3.5, maybe 4 hours. And so to make myself feel better, I started a new stitch. And I did already record this video previously, but I coughed way more. My voice was all funky, like more than it is right now. And anyways, I digress. You don't need to know all that or care to know all that, but it's been a day. So I went ahead and I started this, but that's okay. We'll still unbox it, and I'll still show you everything that came with it and whatnot. But I also have some progress to show you. Not very much, but a little bit. Let's talk about the first one. So, and then we'll talk about the one that I started stitching. So, I ordered this last week, maybe the week before, I'm not really sure, from 1884 Stitchery from McKenna. This is Wild Rose by Blackbird Design. It's a journal cover, which I'm not going to make it a journal cover, but I just thought it was really pretty. And I thought that these were stitched flowers, but they're not. You do them with like fabric or something. I need to read more about the instructions, but whenever I look at the pattern, and I'm not going to show a whole lot of it, but you get like this outline of where those flowers are. And so I'm either going to read the instructions and find out how I'm supposed to do it, or read the instructions, decide that's not how I'm going to do it, and I'm going to figure out a way to stitch them into spirally flowers. Either way. But definitely go check out McKenna's website, 1884stitchery.com, because there's always like one-offs of like out of print designs, more rare designs, things that you haven't seen in forever. Like this is from 2009. I've never seen this chart until she posted it. She also carries exclusively for a couple of designers. She has a couple of patterns that she's done, or reproductions that she's done herself. And speaking of that, she is starting a mystery sal for 6 months starting February 1st. You can get a physical copy or a PDF for $6, and the first block of it is super cute. Super cute. It's not too modern, it's not too prim, it's not full coverage. The border kind of is, but the motifs themselves are not. It's old school sampler meets new school colors. Like you just need to go check it out. It's really adorable. Okay, and it's the most different type of sal, other than like the follow your own adventure ones that I've ever seen. Okay, so my last haul is from Nitka Design, Nitka Moscow on Instagram, nitka.moscow on Instagram, N-I-T-K-A. And so this kit came in this tube. I love the sounds that this makes. Sorry, I love ASMR. It is what it is. So in the kit, you do get some really awesome like intro to cross stitch. It's all in Russian. I can't read it, but I mean, I can gather enough from the photos This is really nicely put together though. Just sadly, I can't read a single thing. But again, like, you can kind of get the gist of what you're supposed to do. So that's nicely put together. That comes in there. A promotion for like some of their other types of charts is in there. They also sell like Bucilla kits, you know, like the felt stockings and things like that. They sell those. They sell macrame kits. They sell other cross stitch, like Russian designers and things like that. It's just, sell some really cool stuff. And then you also get a Nitka sticker. And so this is, obviously it's a kit. I keep on saying that. It came with the threads on a DMC card, and it came with a 32 count Zweigart linen and 2 needles. To me, it looks like a 24 and a 28. I could be wrong about that, but that's kind of what it looks like. So you get everything that you need to start this. Now you may be going, Kelly, I thought you said you started it, and this looks like it's nicely folded up with nothing on it. That's because I'm choosing to use a different fabric. This is a 32 count Zweigart linen, like I said, in a very, very nice neutral color, kind of like a burlappy color, but it's obviously doesn't feel like burlap. It's like a lighter burlappy type color. I've been holding on to a piece of Fabrics by LJ Fabric since the sale, since his February 14th sale in 2017. I had to have this fabric. It's my college colors, and I've been holding on to it, waiting for the perfect piece to come, to put it on, and this is it. This is honestly it. It's a 14 count Aida by Fabrics by LJ. It doesn't have a name. Whenever he would do his sales on February 14th, because that's whenever he would do like some massive sales, was on February 14th. Or actually, was it the 14th of every month? I don't remember. It's just so long ago. My brain just doesn't function anymore. But sometimes if he was doing like a big sale thing, it would be the date and then whatever number that item was. So this is from February 14th, 2017 sale, and this was item number 30. And the pattern is by Barbara Anna Designs, and this is an exclusive kit that you can only get from Nitka in Russia. So this is Mrs. Scissors. It is so flipping cute. I got this for myself as a Christmas gift. I couldn't make the website work for me, so I just DM'd them on Instagram, and they were super helpful. They told me what shipping would be, and they told me how much it would be USD. They PayPal'd me. I paid them. They asked for my address, and within like 20 minutes, it was ordered, paid for, and I had shipping, a shipping tracking number. That, once it made it to America, it worked at USPS. USPS, yes, the United States Postal Service. So I even knew what day it was coming on. Side note though, you do have to sign for it because it was originally delivered to me on Wednesday, but I couldn't pick it up until Thursday. So, because I'm not at home whenever my postal person comes usually. So, yeah, but you have to sign for it. That's the only caveat. Otherwise, amazing. Such a, so cute. It's such a cute pattern. But I had to go ahead and get her started. I will show you the pattern is like this giant poster. This is not legal size. This is not 11 by 14. This is a small poster. It's a small poster. And the whole pattern is a single page. You get black and white only. There's not a whole lot of backstitch, but the backstitch is in blue. So it stands out. And the other thing that they did is that they don't tell you the DMC numbers to the colors to prevent people from sharing this on the internet and anybody can stitch it. So, since I'm stitching it on a larger stitch count, I did write Nitka, and they said that if I run out of a color in the kit, they will gladly tell me what the DMC color is for that color. So then I can pull it out of my kit to be able to finish it, because that's the only thing that I am nervous about, trying to use a different size fabric, a bigger size fabric nonetheless. But they've been super, super sweet and nice, and they said if you run out of color, just message us, we'll tell you what it is. So because on the pattern the colors are 1 to 10, and that's all they tell you. But I mean, like, some of them you could look at them and figure it out, but to have the confirmation of that's the color is really handy. So this is the fabric, and this is my small start on Mrs. Scissors by Barbara Anna Design. So once again, it's a 14 count Aida by Fabrics by LJ. Look at how cool. So this is, this picture doesn't really show, but it's like the top of some really fancy scissors coming out of the spool here. So I'm working on this bird right here. So it's partly going to go into orange, and the other side's going to go into blue, and these colors are just going to pop on her dress. Actually, I can do this. They're gonna be so crazy vibrant, fun, and because I've been I posted that I picked this up yesterday, and I tagged both Nitka Moscow and Barbara Anna, and I started it today and was asking about like the thread colors with Nitka to make sure, like, if I do run out, I can find out what the color is so I can, you know, finish the stitch. And so I told them that, because it's a couple of people, and I don't know if Nitka is one of their names or if that's just the company name. So I don't know if it's a her or a them, not really sure. But I told them that I wanted to stitch it on a 14 count because I've been holding out for this piece of fabric for the perfect thing, and I think this is it. And so I sent a picture, and she was like, oh my gosh, wow, that's gonna be fantastic. And Barbara Anna actually wrote me this morning to say that she saw that I received it and hoped that I really enjoy stitching it. And so was just chatting with Barbara Anna this morning, this afternoon on Instagram, which is mind-blowing. But I showed her the fabric as well, and her reaction was fantastic. So definitely going to be tagging them so they can see the progress of Miss Scissors on a super crazy awesome piece of fabric. But I think she's going to look absolutely badass on this fabric. Like I said, I've been waiting for the perfect stitch to come along, and these colors match so many of the colors just so perfectly. And I positioned it this way because if I would have made this the bottom, then this would have been too light for the scissors. So the scissors are in all the dark, and then where the spool and Mrs. Scissors are, where all this white is, it's all going to be filled in with color. And so, and then the plants are going to come out on these sides in the orange and in the blue, and they're gonna pop. And I'm excited for it. I'm living for it. I'm excited for it. I had to start her. It's been making my day a little bit brighter and more festive working on this, which is sometimes what you need whenever you don't feel good, right? So, but also, did you see the sneak peek of the next Barbara Anna design? Speaking of, it's really funny because she only posted like half of it, and I commented because it's just so like crazy cool looking, and I kind of got confirmed that my idea is correct. But how cute is this? But it says who's peeking out from the corner, and you can see like a little tail, And so I said, not a sea monster, but a tea monster. And she responded that it's a good description. So I'm kind of excited about that because one, I love tea. Two, look at that dress. Hi, can we talk about it? So yeah, that's obviously happening. It's coming out soon. I'm in love with Barbara Anna's designs. I have so many of them, I have several in progress. I don't know if I've ever finished one yet, but that's what this year is about, is starting to finish stuff, but also not telling myself that I can't start things. So anyways, that is it for this week. I think I've shown everything that I've like received and started and stitched on. But yeah, I can't wait to show more progress on her. I might go ham and just work on her all week. I might. She's so far so much fun to work on. And I'm just enjoying it like way too much, but not, because that's the best. That's like what you want in your stitching, right? Like you want to enjoy it so much that it's like ridiculous that you're enjoying it so much. That might not make sense. Anyways, I hope that all of you have had a fantastic week. I know that many of you have reached out to tell me that you hope that I feel better, and unfortunately I got more sick, but it still meant everything to me for y'all's well wishes. But I also know that some of you haven't been feeling good either, so I want to send that love back out, and I hope that y'all start feeling good. And like I said, whatever this is, like it's taking people like 3 to 4 weeks to get over. Like I'm over it. Like I'm over it. I'm not, but as a person, I'm done dealing with this. Like it needs to go away, right? We all just need to get better and get back to our stitching and get back to things, because that's better than not feeling great. Anyways, I hope that y'all have a fantastic weekend. If you have a long holiday weekend, I hope that you are able to get out and do something fun. If not, stay inside and stitch. And have a great week following, and I will see y'all next Friday. Bye, guys.